I'm going to make sure I have Chrome up because I don't right now, which was my mistake because then I get super distracted and I do a really bad intro. So hold please while I pull up Chrome and make sure I'm muted. Okay, great. I am. All right. Well, welcome to this episode of Next Level. I'm Emily. I host the podcast Level with Emily, and my friend, my might as well be family member, Sam Keenan, produces the show. Hi, Sam.
Hello, hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I'm just waiting for my Valentine.
I've been waiting for mine for 47 years.
Yes, exactly. So,
It's like there have been some in there, but
yeah.
no, I'm kidding. I'm really not. My Valentine is sleeping on the couch right now in feline form.
Yes.
That's how that's going. You need
I think my Valentine is
hypoallergenic.
dead.
It's quite possible. It's possible. Oh my. Anyway, we usually get together at this time every other week these days to talk about the upcoming episode of Level. And I'm excited. I'm always excited. It goes without saying. But this one, the unique angle in this one for me was that I've spoken with this composer about this score before. And I'm talking about Erik Desiderio. He's been on the show a handful of times. And most recently it was to talk about Last Epoch. It was about 2 years ago,
Hmm.
almost to the day, and that we published the episode anyway. And talking about a game called Last Epoch. And if I didn't say that, I don't think I said that already, but the game Last Epoch. And there are a couple of reasons why. Firstly, the game gets its official release in about a week and a half, I think, maybe 2 weeks. And then a few days after that, I believe, Erik is conducting a performance of some of the music from Last Epoch with the UCLA Game Music Orchestra. And I know that's not their official name. Let me get my notes up. But in the meantime, that's what we're going to be talking about. So when I talked to Erik 2 years ago, we had never talked about most of the music because he hadn't written it yet. And so
Hmm.
it was fun for me to get to hear all of the music finally, or at least that which has been released, and have a reconvene about Last Epoch with Erik. So fun stuff. So I'm gonna let you talk now for a minute. I apologize for going on.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it was cool to hear. The main theme is huge, and I
yeah,
love it with
yeah,
all the choir stuff, and the vocal stuff is really great,
yeah,
and then it has a huge range. The rest of the music, it gets real small and it gets real intimate at times, and it's got cool percussive elements, and it's really kind of wistful and mysterious. Some
yep.
like it's a lot of minor and a lot of half steps and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And yeah, and there's some mode in there that I didn't figure out what it is that I was recognizing a lot. That sounds
Yeah,
kind of like Middle Eastern or something, but
yeah,
yeah, or Eastern European.
yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Some
There's
some
some
flat
Dracula's hiding in
nines
there.
or something. Yeah.
Right, right. But it's
Yeah.
cool. Cool.
Pardon me. Sorry for
Yeah,
hitting the
this kind of yeah, there's just like I like when melodies go kind of monster mash like that. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it does really have, like you were saying, just such a big spectrum of, and I mean, part of it is because, pardon me, the game is a time travel game, and so you do go to the future. And so, it's not all like Norse, you know, choir situation with Tagelharpa. It's also electric guitar and futury synthy stuff, which is really
Hmm.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
pardon me.
and like lots of kind of slinky sounds, percussive
Oh,
instruments and
like
things.
plucked like dulcimers and stuff, or yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like
exactly.
dulcimer
Plucked and
and
hammered and things like that,
yeah.
which
Mhm.
just, feels really nice. Kind of reminded me of The Witcher a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and listen to at least the main theme for sure, because
Yeah,
we referenced it a couple of times. So let's give folks a sense of what that's like.
I'd say
And
maybe
it's just
play a bit of that, and then if you want to skip into a minute 20, that's
oh,
a good time for the choir and stuff, I think.
oh,
But
excellent.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's do it. Here is the main theme from Last Epoch by Erik Desiderio. All right, I'll skip up. Yeah. Yeah. So,
hmm
so good.
I
Uh,
really like low, like big, heavy, low voices like that in general.
yeah.
Like that's always super fun. I remember like there was some song in the Hobbit movie where the trolls all sing,
Yes.
and when you get a lot of men going oh together, it just I don't know, feels really great.
You're into it. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I am with you. I'm trying to look up the singer's name because I don't want to mess up her name, but I love her voice. It's it's very, I mean, very unique is redundant, but it is. It's just it's a
hmm
very singular voice, which I really appreciate because I
Yes.
mean, it's we've all heard so many singers in our life, and I just love stumbling across a voice like that in song. I heard a radio voice like that today too. I was like, wow, what an interesting voice.
Yeah.
So that,
Well,
that's fun. It's fun.
and it isn't like overly cleaned up or or anything, which makes it sound really alive and
Yeah.
excite. It sounds exciting because it sounds like
Yeah.
really real. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It's not
for
like
sure.
all slathered in stuff that pretties it up all too much or something.
Right. Fionn with two F's.
Okay.
Fionn, I think Fionn. Elisa
Okay.
is her name. And I think that, I mean, Erik talks about how he stumbled across her, and he might in the first interview too, although I listened to that again, of course, and I don't remember him, but maybe he did. But in any event, I think he found her on YouTube. So there's a lot of her out there singing. And then one of the other singers is Mason Lieberman, who we've had on the show and
Hmm.
who we met this past year at VGM Con. And that's fun too. So, and there's a video of them all. They did one of those, cool, like multi-frame videos of them
hmm
singing this, which is cool. And Eric's sitting there playing the tagelharpa, and yeah, that's fun to look up on YouTube as well. Very
Neat.
cool. And
Yeah.
she's all over this soundtrack, which I really like.
Yes. Yes.
Um
I do too.
there yeah, there's a song called is it What She Left to Remember? I think. Oh man, there's a couple that are just so gorgeous. Let's have a listen and see if I have this right here. Such nice texture. Yeah. Yeah, she sings in this one.
cool
That's just
chords,
nice.
cool
Yeah,
chords, and
really cool. Lots of dissonance and
interesting
suspensions and
melody.
stuff. Yeah,
Hmm.
good
And that
stuff.
was that a banjo?
No, I think that's probably a lute.
Is it? Okay, it
Probably.
sounds real banjo-y to my ears,
I
but
know. Yeah,
that's
I
what I
mean,
mean
it
about
might have
like that.
been.
Everything's real plunky. It's
Yeah,
like got
yeah.
that kind of
It
plunky quality.
might have been, but I know he used a
Yeah,
lot of lute on this. I also know he used a lot of. Is it eight? No, I'm not sure. It must be a seven-string guitar. No, that sounds like
no,
heavy metal to me. It was something, an eight string. I know Charlie Hunter plays, doesn't he? Isn't Charlie Hunter the eight string player? I'm
I
trying to think. He
remember.
talks about it in the episode, so please listen. It's worth hearing him talk about it because the Beatles used it. They used to use it in recording sessions sometimes because they
Okay,
could plunk out the bass and also play the top parts. That's what Eric was saying.
yeah,
I can't remember. I think it's a funky guitar. It's like tuned down an octave or something. I don't know, and it has extra strings. And he talks about it. I'm afraid I cannot recall, but it might be that too. And there's one track in particular, and because we talk about it, and I do find a really good bit of it in the episode. But I
hmm
have to like open it up to see which one that was. I'm sorry. But yeah, lots of really cool instruments, and he plays so many of them. All the plucked stuff and any kind of keyboard work. Obviously, he does. He was
right,
a bass player, and he's also, I think a really good guitar player. I think. So yeah, yeah. But
cool.
this concert, how cool is that? This concert that is happening at UCLA. He uses. Let's listen to a little bit of this while I pull up more details.
Okay,
Uh, he uses the track Burning Forest, but also then he made a suite basically for this orchestra to play. So this is Burning Forest. So yeah, there's going to be a choir too, like about 70
that's so
people in
cool.
the orchestra and then a choir too. And the choir director actually like improved or kind of upgraded Eric's Norse. He like
Hmm.
knew all this old Norse or something. I don't know why, but he just like found a better way to say I don't know. It's very cool story. So they're into it. It's the official name of the ensemble is the Game Music Ensemble of UCLA. And the concert is on the 21st, which is a Saturday. And they're going to live stream it. So it's not, that's why I'm so excited
Cool.
about it. Because it's not like we all have to fly to LA to see the show. So
Hmm. Hmm.
so it's going to be live streamed. I don't know exactly what time it is because it doesn't appear to say on their website unless I'm looking at the wrong place. Oh, yeah, here we go. Winter concert, February 24th, 7 p.m. That would be Pacific time. So that's 9 p.m. for us. Um,
24th.
yeah, the 24th.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you said 21st before, but doesn't
Oh,
matter.
well,
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
You're right. I did. Oh, I see. I'm so Eric's email, the way he words it is he's talking about the game has the full launch on February 22nd, and then the concert is that weekend, which would be the 24th. So yes, apologies. Concert is on the 24th. And as mentioned, the game itself gets its official release on the 21st, which is exciting because it's been in early access for like 4 or 5 years they've been working on this game, and it's going to finally get its 1.0 release
Mm.
to the public on the 21st,
Yeah.
concert on the 24th. So that's really awesome. I'm super excited. I'm definitely gonna like hang out and listen to that show.
Yeah.
Maybe even be on Discord or something, and we could chat about it, because they're also going to be doing some like a Mario medley, which is awesome.
Cool.
And I think he said Halo or something in this
Okay.
ensemble. I really should we should have the director on. He started it 10 years ago, which in my mind is still like 2002, but it was
Yeah.
actually 2014.
Okay.
That was 10 years ago somehow.
Yeah.
So so that's really neat that they've been doing this for a long time at the university there, UCLA Bruins.
Cool.
So yeah, so what other tracks do you want to hear?
Well, I'd written down just a few examples of
Yeah.
some cool stuff. I thought one was that I thought kind of showed off although we've heard a little bit of it, but the kind of interesting percussion-y sounds and just
Yeah.
kind of the landscape sonically of that stuff, which there's one called Bastion of the Sun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think just right off the bat, it just starts with like some, more percussive things. And that's what I'm talking about. Like it's got a real cool
Yeah.
kind of scrappy sound to it.
Yeah, like hand drummy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is Bastion of the Sun from Last Epoch. And that really scratchy thing is the
Yeah,
tagle.
yeah, the scratchy strings are,
That's
real
tagle harpa.
percussive sounding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just that like juxtaposition between those like really smooth strings and that going
Yeah.
on, it's like it just
Yeah.
those two together like create a cool vibe, and it
Yeah.
sounds really modern, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Um, let's listen to some of the I guess more modern, the plugged in part of
Right.
the
Yeah.
soundtrack. I could just pick anything from the end. Did you have anyone in particular from that era of the game that
Uh
you know off the top of your head
no.
was modern? Okay, okay. Let's listen to Guardian of Ruins and see. I would imagine this is more modern, and maybe it's not, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. That's a cool groove because it's just 6,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more like it's 4 and 2, right? It's more like 4
Yes.
plus 2,
Yes.
which is a not normally how we break 6 up. We usually break it up into 2 groups of 3 musically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Let's keep hearing that. This is more traditionally in the 2 groups of 3 here. Yeah, let's go back to the beginning where it's more 4
Yeah.
and 2. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Well, see, now I can't hear it any other way.
I
Now
know.
I'm hearing
It's
it in 2
yeah,
groups of
like
3.
yeah, it flips in your brain, and then it's like, yeah, but
My
it does
brain
have
took over.
it's got a
Oh,
tricky rhythm going on though, where yeah,
yeah.
it feels different, and then it switches feels and
Yep.
stuff. But yeah, it
That's
is
really
funny
fun
once
though.
you
Yeah.
start hearing the 6th, then it just takes over. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a really good example. And I really loved, he also uses a lot of EBO in here, which is Sam knows exactly what an EBO is and probably can explain it way better than I can. Can you? Have
Uh,
you had
it's
one?
it's a little device that you hold onto your guitar strings and it makes the string vibrate so that it's like a bow rolling across the strings, except for it's like
Magnets, I think, right?
yeah,
Magnets.
and it makes the string just go and it'll go ooh,
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a theremin on acid, kind of, I think.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
distorted, like angry, but
It
still
sounds
pretty somehow.
like a really smooth bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Like if a machine were to, well, it is a
Hmm.
machine. There you go.
Yes.
The end. What else do you want to hear?
I had an example of just kind of the fun. We've heard some already too, but the fun kind of melodic stuff.
Yeah.
Just that sort of monster mashy stuff. I think was the end of Ruin.
Yeah.
And I had written down here to go in a minute and 9 seconds.
Okay. This probably has EBO in it. Okay, so this is at about 105. There it is. That's the EBO.
Yeah.
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 So cool.
Exactly. Just that na 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 like that stuff,
Yeah.
It sounds like it
Yeah.
could be played on an old organ with Scooby Doo and the gang or something like that,
Boo. Yeah, I
I
can't
like
do
that.
it.
Yeah, and that sound, it's like somebody switching notes while the EBO is rattling the string there is that sound.
It's very, very cool. Love it. Yeah. Here's one that I really loved called the Ritual Site. Um, and then I have one more after this that I did not put in this episode, but the Ritual Site is in this episode. Sorry. I think there's more EBO in there, maybe.
Did he?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Also
about you?
another example of some just fun melody stuff,
Yeah.
Maybe it's like one of the reasons why I dig that kind of melody is because of Depeche Mode. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was noticing some Depeche Mode there, but
Yeah, it's kind of industrial.
nothing.
It has that
Yeah.
industrial kind of chromatic
Right.
sound going to it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and just those kind of minor turns and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
The only other one I had written down was an example of kind of how like the smaller stuff that was more wistful. It was one
Yeah.
called Itera.
Yes. Well done. I just have to find it. There it is. This is the name of the world in the game, Itera.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, hang on, sorry. There we go. Itera. That major sixth.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. That's definitely lute, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, maybe the other one was banjo. I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah.
I
The other one was probably lute too. It's just the way it cuts through is just so
yeah.
banjo sounding. You know what I mean?
It
But
definitely sounds like a banjo without the finger picks, you know. Yeah.
yeah. Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
which what is lute except a 13-stringed banjo with no finger picks? I'm kidding.
Right.
They're nothing alike, not even at all little. They aren't even
Yeah.
made out of the same stuff.
They're both
Um,
stringed.
yeah, stringed, 13 stringed.
Yeah.
Erik talks about that. He's like, I can't do 13, so I took a string off.
That
It's really funny. I'm like, you can do
is
12?
funny.
Because
Yeah.
it's not like a 12-string guitar where six of they're like in octaves or um uh the single in unison. Good Lord.
Right.
You know, it's I don't
Right.
think it's like that. I don't know. I've never had a lute. I should probably have a lute.
Yeah. I mean, you only got four fingers, like use your thumb too, but
Yeah, I mean, and the fingerboard itself is so wide on a lute,
yeah. Right.
because there's so many freaking strings. Yeah. Amazing. All right. Well, let's end with a track I loved. And so when I interviewed him, I kind of glossed over this 2 years ago. He had only written, I think he sent me like 6 tracks or something. I mean, it was not very much compared to what's out there now. He's written, I think,
Mm-hmm.
close to 5 hours. I think there's about an hour and a half of it on YouTube, on pardon me, Spotify, or and
Yeah.
wherever, probably YouTube as well. And one of my favorite tracks that he did send me then was this Crystal Mines track, which I really just love the kind of bell, almost like hand pan kind of sounds to it,
Mm-hmm.
um, or steel pan kind of thing. So I almost put it in this episode, and I was like, well, let's do something that I couldn't use last time. So
Right. Right. Right.
I did take it out, but anyway, we'll listen to it here. And it's called Crystal Mines, Crystal Lotus. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
love
cool.
that. Yeah,
And
it's
yeah,
so
that's
cool.
really neat sounding. And once again, kind of like a lot of those sounds, how, they don't have a lot of decay to them. They kind of go boo, 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 or they're
Right.
percussive, and so that leaves
Yeah.
room. Once that synth comes in, there's like room for it to lay over the top of everything, and it makes everything real percussive and alive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really enjoyable soundtrack, and it was really fun to revisit it and talk about all the new stuff with Erik and also hear about the concert that's coming up. He just had moved into a new studio, like the internet got hooked up that morning. So he was paranoid that it wasn't going to work, but it did. So he talks about that and shows some of the instruments he used, and yeah, it was just a really fun chat. Really nice to have him back on the show to talk about Last Epoch. Do you have anything else you want to add about it?
I don't think so. Just another banger.
Another
Check it out.
banger. Yep.
Good
Yep.
stuff.
Oh man, I cannot wait for 2 weeks as well. That one's gonna be a long one. To prepare ourselves,
Right
but
on.
not too. This one's clocks in over an hour, but yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a good one. So yeah, have an excellent Wednesday and Valentine's Day, everyone. It's snowing here for the first time in like weeks. We're gonna get measurable snow, which is quite
Yeah.
the opposite of last winter. So yeah,
Yes.
episode will come out on Friday, usually at 10 a.m. Central. And we'll see you back here in 2 weeks to talk about our next episode of Level with Emily. All the links that you might be curious about will be down in the show notes shortly if they aren't already. And yeah,